Babylon was a city of gold and ambition, yet even the wealthiest and most prosperous citizens knew that fortune alone could not protect them. Strong walls, wisely built and defended, were as essential as the gold in their purses. In this chapter, we explore the walls of Babylon, uncovering the timeless lessons of security, preparation, and vigilance that safeguard both life and prosperity. Babylon, the importance of protection. Babylon shimmered beneath the morning sun, a city of bustling markets, golden temples, and ambitious men and women. Yet behind the splendor lay a truth all citizens knew. Wealth, prosperity, and life itself were vulnerable without protection. Arcad, the richest man in Babylon, gathered the people once more to share lessons not of gold, but of security, the walls that guard both fortune and life. "Friends," Arcad began, his voice calm yet commanding, "you have learned how to acquire, save, and grow gold. You have learned the laws of lending, borrowing, and the principles that make wealth endure. But there is another lesson, as vital as any coin in your purse: protection. A city without walls, a house without doors, or a fortune without safeguards is like a purse full of holes. It cannot endure." He paused, letting the lesson sink in. The first principle of protection is preparation. Just as a man stores grain against famine, a citizen builds walls against danger. Prosperity without preparation is fleeting. The wise man does not wait for misfortune to arrive. He prepares in advance. He strengthens his home, his city, and his life so that wealth, health, and opportunity are preserved. A young merchant asked, "Master Arcad, must we guard only against thieves, or are there other dangers?" Arcad nodded knowingly. "The dangers are many. Thieves and invaders are only one threat. Illness, fire, careless decisions, and even misfortune in trade can destroy what has been earned. Walls, both literal and metaphorical, protect against these threats. The strong wall of preparation is built with foresight, knowledge, and disciplined action. It is as necessary as the gold you earn." He gestured to the crowd. "Consider Babylon itself. Its walls have stood for centuries, protecting temples, markets, and citizens alike. Within these walls, prosperity could grow. Without them, even the richest merchant would be at the mercy of chaos. So it is in life. A man must build his own walls, not only around his gold, but around his health, reputation, and opportunity." Arcad's voice softened, drawing the listeners closer. "Preparation is only the first step. The second is vigilance. A wall is only useful if it is watched, maintained, and respected. Neglect weakens the structure. Similarly, the protections in your life, savings, investments, skills, knowledge, and relationships, must be maintained and monitored. Complacency allows danger to seep in where caution once stood." He continued, voice firm and compelling. "The third principle is prudence. Protection is not built on fear alone. It is built on careful judgment, wise decisions, and forethought. Just as a builder selects the strongest materials and the best design, so must you safeguard your life and wealth with wisdom, patience, and understanding." Arcad paused, letting the crowd reflect. Consider the lessons of history. Cities that grew wealthy without fortification fell swiftly. Merchants who prospered without vigilance lost everything to misfortune. Those who prepared, guarded, and acted wisely endured. Wealth, like life itself, demands protection to flourish. Preparation without action is useless, just as action without preparation is reckless. He straightened, voice rising with authority. "So remember, friends, the walls of Babylon teach a timeless truth. Prosperity is fragile without protection. Build your walls, both literal and metaphorical. Maintain them with diligence. Guard your wealth, your health, your skills, and your opportunities. Only then will your efforts endure, and only then will your fortune be secure, able to withstand the tests of time and circumstance." And so, beneath the towering walls of Babylon, the citizens understood that security is as essential as wealth itself. Gold, skill, and diligence could not alone ensure prosperity. Protection, foresight, and vigilance were equally necessary. Those who respected this lesson ensured that their lives, fortunes, and city would endure for generations to come. Lessons from the walls. As the sun climbed higher over Babylon, its golden rays highlighted the towering walls that encircled the city. Merchants went about their trade, children played in the streets, and the citizens moved with confidence, knowing the walls protected them. Arkad gathered the people once more, ready to reveal the deeper lessons these walls held for wealth, life, and security. Friends, Arkad began, voice calm but compelling. The walls of Babylon are more than stone and mortar. They are symbols of preparation, discipline, and foresight. Just as these walls shield the city from invaders, the lessons they embody protect your life and your fortune from the uncertainties of the world. He gestured toward the massive gates. The first lesson is foresight. The builders of Babylon did not wait until enemies stood at the gates to construct the walls. They planned, they prepared, and they acted before the danger arrived. In the same way, you must anticipate threats to your wealth, your health, and your opportunities. Prepare in advance so that when challenges come, you are ready. A young apprentice asked, "Master Arkad, how do we prepare for dangers we cannot see?" Arkad nodded knowingly, "By building strong foundations. Save diligently, invest wisely, learn constantly, strengthen your skills and your knowledge, cultivate relationships and reputation. These are the unseen walls that protect you. While you cannot predict every challenge, you can fortify yourself to endure whatever comes." He continued, voice firm, "The second lesson is vigilance. A wall left unattended will crumble, and a city left unguarded falls. Similarly, your wealth, skills, and health require constant attention. Review your accounts, evaluate your investments, maintain your health, and refine your abilities. Neglect allows opportunity to slip away and danger to grow unnoticed." Arkad paused, letting the crowd reflect. The third lesson is prudence. The walls of Babylon were built with careful design, strong materials, and attention to detail. Reckless shortcuts would have invited disaster. Likewise, protect your wealth and life with careful decisions. Avoid impulsive spending, risky ventures without study, or careless habits that undermine security. He leaned forward, voice softer but resonant. The fourth lesson is resilience. Even the strongest wall is tested by time, storms, and siege. Builders repair, strengthen, and maintain their fortifications. Life will challenge you with setbacks, losses, and misfortune. The wise person endures, adapts, and strengthens the defenses of their life and fortune, so that no challenge can destroy all they have built. Arkad's eyes swept the assembly. Finally, the walls teach the lesson of opportunity. Within these walls, Babylon flourished. Merchants traded safely, families prospered, and innovation thrived. Protection creates the environment where prosperity can grow. Likewise, your personal walls, your savings, your skills, your prudence, create the freedom to act boldly, take calculated risks, and seize opportunity without fear. He straightened, voice carrying across the hall. Remember, friends, gold alone cannot secure a life. Skill alone cannot guarantee success. Only preparation, vigilance, prudence, and resilience create lasting security. Build your walls, maintain them, and let them guard your life and fortune. Prosperity without protection is fragile. Security without effort is hollow. Together, they create enduring wealth and peace of mind. And so, beneath the towering walls of Babylon, the citizens understood a truth older than gold itself. Prosperity is safeguarded by preparation, maintained by vigilance, and strengthened through discipline. Those who embraced these lessons ensured that their wealth, their lives, and their city would endure the tests of time, fortune, and fate. The builder's wisdom, as the day unfolded in Babylon, Arkad led the citizens to the massive gates and towering walls, urging them to observe closely. Beyond their strength, these walls held lessons of wisdom, discipline, and foresight that could guide not only the city, but every individual seeking lasting prosperity. Friends, Arkad began, voice calm but commanding. The builders of Babylon did not erect these walls hastily. Every stone was measured, every layer tested, every gate designed to withstand assault. Their wisdom teaches a principle far greater than masonry. It teaches preparation, patience, and skill. Wealth, like a city, requires strong foundations. He gestured to the walls stretching across the horizon. The first lesson is careful planning. The builders understood the dangers their city might face. They surveyed the land, considered the strength of the enemy, and constructed walls to meet every threat. In life, you must plan for your own uncertainties. Anticipate challenges, allocate your resources wisely, and prepare in advance for both opportunity and misfortune. A young apprentice asked, "Master Arkad, but how can we know what dangers will come?" Arkad nodded, voice gentle yet firm. "You cannot foresee everything, but you can create resilience. Build savings for unexpected loss. Invest in skills that endure. Maintain your health. Strengthen relationships and reputation. Each is a stone in the wall that shields you from life's unforeseen storms," he continued, voice deepening with authority. The second lesson is patience. The walls of Babylon were not raised overnight. Builders labored steadily, placing one stone at a time, ensuring strength and stability. Similarly, wealth and security are accumulated gradually. Quick schemes, reckless decisions, or impatience may seem tempting, but they weaken the structure of your life. Enduring prosperity requires careful, consistent effort. Arkad paused, letting the crowd reflect. The third lesson is vigilance. A wall left unattended crumbles over time. Life, like a city, faces constant challenges. Regularly review your plans, your savings, your investments, and your skills. Guard against threats, correct weaknesses, and reinforce your foundations. Vigilance ensures that the structures you build endure through both calm and storm. He leaned forward, voice softening, almost a whisper of wisdom. The fourth lesson is adaptability. Even the strongest walls may need repair, reinforcement, or redesign as circumstances change. Life will test you in ways you cannot predict. Adjust your strategies, refine your approach, and strengthen your defenses as needed. Flexibility, combined with discipline, ensures long-term security and prosperity. Arkad straightened, voice rising with conviction. Finally, the walls teach the value of foresight and responsibility. Protection is not only for oneself, but for those who depend on you. A city without walls leaves its citizens vulnerable. A life without preparation leaves your family, your fortune, and your opportunities at risk. Wealth, skill, and discipline must be safeguarded not only for your benefit, but for those who follow you. And so, beneath the massive gates of Babylon, the citizens realized that the lessons of the builders extended far beyond stone and mortar. Every brick, every measured layer, every thoughtful design spoke of patience, preparation, vigilance, and adaptability. Those who applied these lessons to their lives and wealth created foundations strong enough to endure time, misfortune, and challenge. Arkad concluded, "Remember, friends, the wisdom of the builders is yours to apply. Lay each stone of preparation, maintain vigilance, act with patience, and adapt wisely. In doing so, your life, your wealth, and your opportunity will be protected, and your prosperity will endure as surely as the walls of Babylon themselves." Building personal walls. As the sun began its descent over Babylon, casting long shadows across the streets and markets, Arkad addressed the citizens one final time for the day. They had seen the strength and wisdom of the city's walls and understood the lessons of preparation, vigilance, and foresight. Now he turned their attention to the walls each person must build within their own lives. "Friends," Arkad began, voice steady and compelling, "the walls of Babylon protect the city, but you must build walls around your own life, wealth, and opportunity. These walls are not made of stone or mortar, but of discipline, prudence, and foresight. They shield you from misfortune, poor judgment, and the uncertainties of the world. He gestured to a young apprentice standing nearby. Consider your purse. A coin saved is a brick in your personal wall. Every investment made wisely, every skill learned, every relationship nurtured strengthens the defenses of your prosperity. Neglect any of these, and your walls have gaps through which misfortune may enter. Arcad paused, letting the message sink in. The first principle of building personal walls is discipline. Guard your gold, your time, and your energy. Set aside a portion of your earnings, dedicate yourself to growth, and maintain habits that reinforce your life's foundation. Discipline ensures that your walls are strong and steady, able to withstand challenges, he continued, voice softening, drawing the listeners closer. The second principle is vigilance. Walls do not maintain themselves. Regularly review your wealth, your knowledge, and your opportunities. Watch for threats, both obvious and hidden, and repair any weakness. Vigilance keeps your defenses strong and your prosperity secure. A merchant raised his hand. Master Arcad, how do we know if our walls are strong enough? Arcad smiled knowingly. Strength is measured by preparedness. Can you withstand loss without ruin? Can you endure misfortune without despair? If you can, your walls are sufficient. If not, identify the gaps. Perhaps more savings, more skill, or greater prudence, and strengthen them. Strong walls allow freedom, opportunity, and growth. He leaned forward, voice resonating with authority. The third principle is foresight. Anticipate challenges before they arrive. Invest in skills that endure, cultivate relationships that provide support, and plan for emergencies. The wise man builds walls not after misfortune strikes, but before, so that his prosperity and opportunity remain protected. Arcad's eyes swept across the gathered citizens. The fourth principle is balance. Walls are meant to protect, not to isolate. Guard your wealth, your skills, and your health, but do not allow fear to prevent opportunity. Open gates allow controlled growth and progress, just as in Babylon's walls. Protect yourself while remaining ready to act boldly and wisely when opportunity arises. He straightened, voice firm and inspiring. Finally, the fifth principle is endurance. Walls are effective only if maintained over time. Strengthen your defenses continuously, review your progress, and adapt as circumstances change. A wall built once and neglected is as useless as well spent recklessly. Consistent care ensures that your personal walls endure, safeguarding your prosperity and peace of mind for years to come. And so, as the sun set behind the great walls of Babylon, the citizens understood that their own lives required fortification. Wealth, skill, and opportunity could flourish only when guided by discipline, vigilance, foresight, balance, and endurance. Each citizen began to see that the principles which safeguarded a city could also safeguard their personal prosperity and success. And so, the citizens of Babylon learned that wealth alone could not secure a life. Preparation, vigilance, and personal fortification were just as essential. But wisdom without application is incomplete. In the next chapter, we meet the camel trader of Babylon, a man whose practical lessons in commerce, discipline, and perseverance reveal how opportunity and diligence turn effort into lasting prosperity.